They promoted the least qualified person in the entire office. Then he tried to force us to drink with him after work. Unpaid. So instead of arguing, I sent one calm email and watched him sit alone at a bar twice. If you've ever been disrespected at work by someone who didn't earn their power, hit subscribe. Like this video, because this isn't loud revenge, it's the kind that leaves people exposed by their own mistakes. Let's get into it. I worked in a standard corporate office. Nothing glamorous, beige walls, low hum of computers, 30 people doing their jobs and trying not to rock the boat. We had a manager, and under him, 3 team leads. Those team leads were supposed to be experienced, supposed to understand the workflow, supposed to have earned respect. Then one day, HR announced a promotion, an entry-level guy. Less than a year at the company, 0 leadership background, no qualifications, promoted straight into a team lead role. Everyone froze because HR rules clearly stated you couldn't even apply for that position without a minimum time requirement and leadership experience. Multiple people on the team met every requirement, spotless records, years of service. They filed grievances, HR quietly dropped them. And suddenly, this guy, the office suck up, had authority. Before the promotion, people barely tolerated him. He laughed too hard at management jokes, agreed with everything, hovered around higher ups like a lost puppy. After the promotion, the atmosphere shifted. Conversations stopped when he walked by. Eyes rolled, voices lowered. He wasn't just disliked, he was reviled. Except for 2 people, the sycophants, the kind of coworkers who lean forward when the boss talks, nodding aggressively, hoping loyalty gets noticed. Middle management noticed the problem fast, and instead of fixing the mistake, they told him, you need to get people to like you. That was the instruction. So he came up with a solution: monthly happy hours, not required, but you should think of them as required. Those were his exact words. The first invite went out, and panic spread quietly. People with hour-long commutes started calculating drive times. Parents scrambled for babysitters. Some had standing family commitments, and everyone had the same unspoken fear. If I don't go, will this affect my job? That's how power abuse works. You don't threaten directly. You let fear do the work. Important detail here, I wasn't even technically under this guy. He roped in everyone under the manager. I read the invite once, then deleted it. I knew my rights. I declined. That's when he started coming by my desk. Casually at first. Hey, you coming tonight? Then again. Just checking. It'd be good if everyone showed up. Then the day of, standing in my cubicle doorway, blocking my screen. I looked up and said it flat. No. I wasn't angry. I wasn't loud. I explained it simply. If you want me there, put me on the clock. If you're not paying me, you don't get my time. I already spent enough of my life at that office. He didn't like that. His face tightened. That fake smile dropped. He walked away without another word. The next morning, everyone came in acting like they'd had a great time. Forced laughs, over-enthusiastic comments. You could feel the exhaustion under it. At around 10, we had stand-up. He stood at the front, hands clasped, chest out, talked about how great it was to see everyone bonding outside of work. Then he paused and looked directly at me. He said my name, said I was antisocial, that management notices when people aren't team players, that skipping required events sends a message. The room went quiet. 30 people staring at their shoes. I felt the heat behind my eyes. Not anger. Something colder. Because he'd just made a mistake. I didn't argue, didn't defend myself. I nodded. Inside, I was already done. 20 minutes later, I wrote an email. Subject line was harmless, friendly, no accusations, no sarcasm. I addressed the entire team. I wrote that someone had asked me about unpaid after-hours events, so I figured I'd share something helpful. Then I quoted the state statute. Plain language. Hourly employees cannot be required to attend work-related events without compensation. Attendance cannot impact performance reviews. No retaliation permitted. Then I ended it politely. If you can't make it because of family, travel, or personal reasons, you don't need to worry. That was it. No mention of him, no confrontation, just information. The effect was immediate. You could feel it in the office the next day. People were lighter, relaxed, conversations changed. The second happy hour invite went out. Same wording. Not required, but encouraged. This time, people declined. Politely, confidently. The night of the happy hour, a few of us drove past the bar on the way home. He was there, sitting alone, drink untouched, phone out, waiting. The sycophants didn't even show. The next month, he tried again. Same result. One guy, one bar stool, no power. Eventually, the happy hour stopped. He never called me out again, never pressured anyone after that. And something else changed. People stopped being afraid, not because of me, because they remembered something important. Authority doesn't override law. Payoff, hiked. Resolution, final climax. I didn't raise my voice, didn't report him, didn't threaten HR. I just told the truth. Calmly, to the right audience, and he lost the only thing he thought made him powerful: control. Watching someone realize their influence is imaginary, that's a quiet kind of victory. I didn't raise my voice, didn't report him, didn't threaten HR. I just told the truth calmly to the right audience, and he lost the only thing he thought made him powerful: control. Watching someone realize their influence is imaginary, that's a quiet kind of victory. The funny thing about forced loyalty is this: the moment people learn they don't have to obey, it collapses. If you've ever had a boss overstep and get exposed by their own behavior, drop a comment. Like the video if you enjoy quiet, intelligent revenge. Subscribe for more stories where power doesn't win, awareness does.